Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are keeping well. So in today's video, we are going to talk about some of the mistakes that I've made as far as my finances go, so that maybe you may avoid those mistakes as well. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into today's video. So the first mistake that I've made was not negotiating my salary when I would have applied for a new job. So when I first got my job, but after qualifying as an accountant, when I was given the salary offer, I was like, wow, this actually looks good. It can never really get any better than this. But I really didn't know any better. So I didn't negotiate the salary. I just signed the contract, sent it back to them within like 10 minutes. I didn't want them to maybe like change their mind because I don't know what I was thinking, but I just didn't know that you can actually negotiate your salary. So now a few months later, after I started at that job, someone else came, and then I got to realize that that person negotiated the salary and they were getting paid, I think it was about 5,000 more than what I was getting paid. So in the Shona culture, we actually do have a saying which says Mugotu no puanyerere. And for my people who are really not Shona, it simply means that you'll be rewarded more if you really do not ask. But that just doesn't work in corporate. And I feel like having grown from such a background where you're told to like be content, don't ask for too much, don't be greedy. Like I just felt like, you know what, that was actually like very good enough. So now I've changed. I do not do that. When I actually do like apply for a new job, I always make sure to negotiate my salary. And sometimes I'm even much more prepared for me to actually walk away from that offer. Make sure to do your research, find out how much other people in that particular position are typically paid, and also so that you're sort of like guided when you're doing your negotiations. And also talk about the things that you feel like you're going to bring to the table, the amazing stuff that you've done like in your previous employment. That can also help to motivate your future employee for them to maybe consider increasing your salary. And one thing I also got to learn was HR is actually given a range to say this person or this particular role you can pay people like within this range. There's no like one number which is like fixed, so you can always like have some wiggle room for you to actually negotiate whatever you want. And now moving on, the next mistake that I made at some point in my life was I just focused more on saving than anything else. The thing that I got to realize, or now looking at it in retrospect, is saving, yes, is good, but sometimes it really doesn't help for you to save so much money over like a very long period of time, because that money loses value. There's inflation, things change, prices go up. So it's really much more important for you to actually save with the intention to invest. So think about the things that maybe you can, if you save the money, what are the things that what are the projects that you can get started on? What are the other ways that you can actually try to be able to increase your income? So for me now, I think I'm now in an area or in an era in my life where I'm thinking more about the ways to actually increase my income more than saving, because I feel like with saving also you can cut down on so much and you can also save on so much. You really can't, there's a limit to it, there's always a cap to it, but I think there is no cap to really how much you can earn. The next mistake that I've made is ignoring small expenses. It's like maybe spending some $3 a year, $5 a year, $10 a year without really like thinking much about it. If done consecutively, those small amounts can actually add up. I'm not saying like you should stop spending money on like the small things that you want. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you keep doing that, like it really adds up at the end of the day. So now moving on to the next mistake, which is lifestyle creep, allowing lifestyle creep to actually get the best of me. So sometimes like I'd start maybe earning a little bit more, or maybe if I by some chance I manage to get some extra income, maybe a little bit of like $500 a year, and which I had really not planned for, I'd find myself splurging a little bit more than I should, and just justifying it in my head that, you know what, I deserve this, I work hard, and like now I have more, I can afford it. But what I got to learn and realize is sometimes when you make that extra income, maybe it's actually better if I think about the things that I would use some money for before I actually get it, so that when I get the money, I sort of like have things written down on my list to say, this is the first thing that I'm gonna get, like when I have this certain amount of money, or I'm going to put this amount of money here if I actually do make more. So it's actually like not good for you to say you make more and now you spend more. You kind of want to try to say you make more but you're still spending relatively the same or even less, so that you can get to be able to keep more. And then now moving on to the next mistake that I've made, which is forgetting to cancel some subscriptions. Yeah, so there's this thing where you like see a certain product or maybe a certain streaming service or whatever it may be, and you're like, okay, I think let me make use of the free trial. Like there's always like a 7-day, 14-day or 30-day trial. But the thing is, you put your card details and then I'll sometimes forget to cancel those before like the month starts. So I'll then like lose out on some money. That has happened to me like I think like 3 times. And what I got to then start doing was, if I sign up for a free trial, I'd always try to make sure that I put a reminder on my phone, like for like 2 days before the trial ends, to cancel the subscription, because some subscriptions you're just trying out things, you really don't know if you actually need the stuff. So I think you really also need to take time to actually see what subscriptions you really use. So those are the ones that you then keep. So my last mistake that I've made is buying cheap items over buying quality items, which normally are a little bit more expensive. So I used to believe that quantity is better than quality, but now as I've gotten a little bit older, I actually now appreciate a very good pair of shoes which are like a decent quality, compared to me having like 10 different pairs of shoes which are very uncomfortable and are very poor quality. So now with time, I've actually gotten to realize that you keep on buying more anyway. So why can't I take time to save for certain gadgets and certain assets? I really appreciate having quality items, things that I know that they are normally supposed to maybe take me through maybe 3 to 5 years. I normally think of taking my time and buying the best quality possible that I can afford. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I think those are like the main mistakes that I've done, so I think they can help someone to also try and avoid them. And as always, do not forget to maybe leave me down a comment if you have some questions or a suggestion. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like this video, share with someone that you think may want to see this. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.